15 infamous last words from criminals on death row. Here are some of the strangest last words before execution. What words does a convicted criminal choose to be their last before they die? Would they ask for forgiveness or tell their family they'll miss them? Most probably do. Others, however, have other things to say. Here are some of the strangest last words before execution. Number 1. Jimmy Glass, 1987, from Louisiana. On Christmas of 1982, 20-year-old Jimmy Glass, an inmate, Jimmy Wingo, escaped from jail and shot an elderly couple to death while burglarizing their home. Both blamed each other for the crime and both ended up on the electric chair. The last words were, "I'd rather be fishing." Number 2. Jeffrey David Matthews, 2011, from Oklahoma. Jeffrey David Matthews had his execution postponed 3 times, twice by the governor of Oklahoma to further investigate his claims of innocence, and once due to the controversy surrounding the drugs that they were going to administer to him. Matthews was indicted for the 1994 murder of his great-uncle, Otis Earl Short, after he and an accomplice robbed his home. Matthews shot Short in the back of the head and slit his wife's throat, but she managed to survive. His last words were, "I think that the governor's phone is broke. He hasn't called yet." Number 3. Barbara Graham, 1955, from California. After a rough childhood and a string of failed marriages, Barbara Graham went into prostitution before being married again to a bartender and a drug addict. She soon left him for a business associate of his, Emmett Perkins, who ran an illegal gambling operation. The couple, as well as other accomplices, decided to rob a widow who was rumoured to have a large stash of cash in her home. Graham tricked her into letting them into her home by asking to use the phone. To stop the elderly lady's shrieks, she bludgeoned her with her pistol and, as a result, killed her. The crew ended up overlooking the money and jewellery and was caught a couple of months later after somebody squealed. Bloody Babs, as the media called her, was sentenced to the gas chamber. Her last words were, "Good people are always so sure they're right." Number 4. George Appel, 1928, from New York. While getting strapped into the electric chair, George Appel suddenly found the situation humorous and delivered these infamous last words. These words quickly spread through the public and became more remembered than his actual crime. He was convicted of first-degree murder for killing a police officer, although little is known about the murder. His last words were, "Well, gentlemen, you are about to see a baked apple." Number 5. James Lewis Jackson, 2007, from Texas. In 1995, James Lewis Jackson married Sharon Jackson and became a father to 2 stepdaughters. Due to heavy drug use, he had trouble keeping a job. After struggling with his marriage and his wife threatening divorce, he ended up strangling her and her 2 daughters. His last words were, "Warden, murder me." He then referred to Harris County, where he was convicted, as Sodom and Gomorrah, the biblical cities destroyed by God for their sins. "I'm ready to roll. Time to get this party started." Number 6. Robert Charles Towery, 2012, from Arizona. Robert Charles Towery was executed through lethal injecting, which is ironic considering he was charged for injecting battery acid into his victim before strangling him to death in 1991. The victim was a philanthropist who loaned money to Towery on several occasions and used him as a mechanic. During Towery's last moments, he apologized to the victim's family and cursed his bad mistakes. His last words were, "I love my family, potato, potato, potato." The potato reference was a secret message to his nephew. It is a sound that a Harley-Davidson motorbike makes while the engine is idling, and was a way for saying that everything is okay. Okay, guys, if you've made it this far, please do go down to the comments and leave me a comment saying potato. I am actually full of cold at the moment. I've got a very sore throat, so I will leave the rest of the quotes for next time, and I will do another video when my voice is a lot better. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. And thanks for listening. Feel free to subscribe, press that thumbs up button, and don't forget to leave me a comment.